Hello and welcome to this workshop video all about hobbies and creativity. I think that hobbies are one of the biggest contributors to our happiness, and specifically finding hobbies that we love and that feed our soul and our mind and our creativity. Creativity is something that's really important in my life in particular. I go to an art school. I've been doing theater for the past 6-ish years, and I've recently become involved in the dance program. But even before I started at this school in the 6th grade, I have always loved being creative. And whether that was when I was younger, I colored all the time, and I made my friends act in plays that I would make up, and my friends and I would choreograph dances at school. I have just always been a creative spirit, and I've loved making things. And I think as I've gotten older, I've done a good job with maintaining my creative outlets, but I know that that's not the case for everyone. I would highly recommend reading the book Big Magic. It is a fantastic book. It's written by the author of Eat, Pray, Love, but it's all about creativity and the magic of creativity and how to maintain your creativity into your adult life, and also how not to put too much pressure on your creativity. I truly think that creativity is one of the best contributors to happiness, and creativity as a hobby is even better. Hobbies come in all shapes and sizes. Some hobbies are small and low maintenance, like writing, and some hobbies are big and require a lot of money and time, like Irish dancing. But there are hundreds of ways that we can harness and fuel our creativity every single day. I would encourage you to first read the book Big Magic, but really start thinking about what your hobbies are. And if you don't feel like you have a hobby that you can say, this is what I do, that's okay. You can have a lot of different things that you love to do. When I talk about hobbies, for myself, I definitely mean theater, but theater is something that I'm planning on making my profession. And something that the author of Big Magic talks about is not putting too much pressure on your creativity, and not always making your creativity something that you need to make you money, because then it won't serve you in the way that creativity should, which is to fuel and be an emotional outlet. Theater I love, but I also love a lot of other things like making videos, and I love writing, and I love watercoloring, even though I'm really not very good at it. I love making lists and setting up my monthly little cute planner that I use. I love taking pictures and crafting a beautiful Instagram feed to keep all of my memories in. I have a lot of ways that I channel my creativity and channel my static energy that are not just theater, which I would consider my main hobby. If you feel like you have no idea what your hobbies are, I would encourage you to think about what you loved doing when you were younger. Whether that means when you were a little kid, if you're a teenager, or if you are watching this and you're later in your life, what did you love to do as a teenager? What kinds of things brought you joy? What could you always have energy for, even when you had no energy? And that really can be anything. It could be reading a book, it could be hiking, anything can be a hobby. But having things that you know you love to do and that bring you joy and life are important, I think, because we need things to fuel our energy into, and we need things to be productive in and to accomplish things in. And whether that means you open a play or whether that means you hike to the top of a mountain, I think that creativity and hobbies in general are also an awesome way to make connections. I've made most of my best friends through my art forms and through opportunities that I've taken within the things that I love to do. Meeting people that share your interests is one of the best things in the world. When you find someone that you have a hobby in common with, it's just an instant connection, and you have a friend in someone over your nerdiness about Shakespeare. I know this is a little bit jumbled, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that hobbies and creativity are important, and we shouldn't feel bad about doing things that we love to do. A lot of times in life, it can feel like we need to be accomplishing something for the greater good of our career path or for our schoolwork. Sometimes we can feel really guilty to take time to do things that we really love and that bring us joy. But if the end goal is happiness, we need to find a balance between the productivity that comes with work and school and the productivity that comes with making our mind and bodies feel alive and rejuvenated. This is different than self-care, which I'm going to be talking a lot about later on in the workshop. Really just identify a couple of things that you know you love to do and dedicate some time and energy to them, even if it's just 15 or 10 minutes a day at first. Really find those things that bring you life. Make some crafts, make some videos, write something, hike a mountain. Grab some friends and go find the best mac and cheese. I don't know. Find things that you love to do. Find things to fuel your creativity. Read Big Magic, and I promise that these things will all contribute to your happiness. Make sure you stay tuned to my workshop to learn about more happiness-inducing factors in our lives. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next workshop video. Okay, bye!